My name's Tony Patty. I'm from Waz FM, but Sonuji remembers me from the old days of Sunrise Radio and Leica Radio in London. The question I've just been asked, what are you doing here? And I've just launched a brand new radio station called Waz FM over here. So it's a privilege and pleasure to be with you here today at this press conference. An evening in Mauritius with Sonu Nigam is what it's all about. The concert is going to be held on the 31st of August at the SVICC. And let me just talk a little bit about Spell Media, who is the promoter of this fabulous event here in Mauritius. Spell Media obviously needs no introduction, and after A.R. Rahman, Shreya Ghoshal, Kumar Sanu and Alka Yagnik, Rahat Fateh Ali Khan, Shankar Ehsan Loy, and Salam Puri, Spell Media proudly presents the Golden Voice, Sonu Nigam, an evening in Mauritius, and that's this Saturday. It's going to be a mesmerizing concert with Sonu Nigam's biggest hits and golden tribute to Bollywood legends like Rafi and Kishore Saab. So it's going to be quite an evening to remember. Mr. Shailin Sukha, Director of Spell Media, is the architect of this project, and his wonderful team, Ravi and the rest of the team behind the scenes, who've done a superb job in putting this all together and bringing Sonuji to Mauritius. A little word about the sponsors very quickly. The prime sponsor for this fantastic event is India Oil, distributor of India Oil, Servo world-class lubricants, and in association with Mauritius Duty Free Paradise, the Life Insurance Corporation of India, LIC, and of course yours truly, Waz FM. Okay. Also in association with Air Mauritius, Times U and L'Express as well. I'm going to say a great big thank you to Sofitel and the team here, and Sofitel Mauritius, L'Imperial Resort and Spa right here in Flick and Flack, and doing a superb job. And a huge thank you to the team from Sofitel, and the official transport partner is ABC Car Rental. We thank all our sponsors, Bank of Baroda, Sprint, and also NBCC India Limited. And I'll tell you a little bit more about the tickets towards the end of the press conference here today. So once again, a very warm welcome to you. Thank you all for being with us here. And it's an honor and privilege to be with you here today, sat next to the superstar himself, who I've met on many occasions in London and here in Mauritius. So here we are. So we're going to fire away with some questions. Let's get straight into this. Because Mr. Sonu Nigam has just got off the plane a few hours ago. With you, Sonuji, shall we continue with the questions?
I thought the press conference is over. Everything has been told and said by you, so probably. No, of course, please go ahead and whatever. Good to see all of you over here. Wonderful to be back in Mauritius once again. I have been traveling a lot lately. I've hardly been in India. If you guys have been following me on the social networking. And I'm happy to be in Mauritius, once again, one of my most favorite places. The culture, the people, the tradition, the country, the music, everything is so in sync with my own spirit and soul. So looking forward to a memorable concert over here. Because then I have to travel to Kenya for a shoot, then I have to go to Singapore, then I have to go to England, then I have a European tour, then I have to go, so I'm going crazy. So this is like, Mauritius is going to be, and I've actually traveled twice in America and Canada in the last 4 months. Then I was in New Zealand, then I was in Australia, then I was in Suriname, then I was in Europe also. So it's been pretty interesting. Life has been great. So anything that you would want to know about the concert, please let me know.
Robert from Paris. Like you said, you've been everywhere in Europe for concert, but I never...
I'm actually going to be in England now, the next month. I have Leeds, Leicester and London. But Paris I did it in 2006. Mostly, it all depends, you know, when you have people to promote the concerts. An artist has to be equally grateful to the people who organize the shows, and the sponsors, and the people who support the show, work for the show. Paris, at this point, I haven't met anybody who really is capable enough to, take the responsibility of a concert like this, where you have so many people flying down, they're ticketing, then to sell the show, to promote the show. It's a difficult thing. So Paris, mostly it's difficult to do a show, but even then I did something into, when we do concerts in Holland, people from Paris come to Holland. They come for this. It's like that. So I did a show, I did 4 shows where one was in Auckland, then Brisbane, then Sydney, then Perth, yeah. So a lot of people from Melbourne came to those shows. And now I'm going again to Australia for Melbourne, Canberra and Adelaide. So when you do a good show, then people call you back again. So I just finished, 2 months back I was in Australia and New Zealand, and now I'm going back again in November over there. So I'm hoping Paris, if some good people come together and are capable of holding shows, then we will get to come to Paris also. Absolutely, we'll be very happy. If you want to take the honors, we'll be with you.
Thank you. What your fans can expect from you on Saturday?
See, the thing is, I don't believe in this thing. I'm going to make you do this, I'm going to do that, and the show's going to be awesome. I am a true believer in universal power. I don't believe that I can do anything, and I'm capable of giving you a great show. Whenever I perform, like I was performing last night in Mumbai, it was an amphitheater. Bless you. Yeah. So it was an amphitheater, and the show was so divine that towards the end, one of my first shows where almost during the concert there were 10 times people stood and gave standing ovation. It generally comes twice or thrice, but it was such a great show last night, just last night. I mean, I took the flight after the concert. So it all depends when you leave it on God. I'm just saying that I'm a true believer of destiny and God's grace. And God's grace only happens when you are honest to your craft, when you are good in your behavior, when you treat people right. And that is why, this September, it is going to be 42 years of being in the business professionally for me. I've been singing professionally on stage for the last 42 years. And I've been in Mumbai for the last 28 years. So it's been a very long, interesting journey. And even after all these years, if I get to receive so much love from people and so much adulation from people, that means I must have done something right in my life. So we just leave it up to God, and I will give our best. Musically, I will try to make sure that Mauritian crowd goes back, satisfied and satiated.
Roger, you're coming to Mauritius after 5 to 6 years.
Yeah, 5 years, I think. Right? Yeah, probably. Yeah.
The music industry is changing in India. So how have you been coping with the change in the Indian music?
Everything has to change, and change is inevitable. And the thing is, when I've done so much work in my life, it's my time to always maintain restraint in my work. Life is not just about, it's great that I've worked hard in my life. I still, when I don't have too much of traveling, I wake up in the morning at 5 o'clock. I do my musical practice for multiple hours. Then I go to the gym. I work out for long hours. Then I do my other work, whether it's singing or. It's fine to work hard, but you cannot just, be in the zone of achieving and trying to prove something and paisa, money, yay, whoa. You can't be in that zone forever. So, 12 years back, I had announced in the press, in 2006, Lata Mangeshkar ji had come for an interview. I was interviewing her on Radio City channel, radio station in Mumbai, and I told the press that year in 2006 that I am going to retire. And there was a big news at that point. So I literally followed that thing. I really work with a very small number of people whom I connect with, whom I love, who give me something to take back to my destination. I just landed, so I'm a little jet lagged. And मैंने रात को मैं कहा था I did a concert last night. So I need to just rest and I want to sleep a bit.